Hi, welcome back. In this lesson, I want to talk about another hugely important networking factor. You want to attend the procurement fairs as it is an opportunity to meet vendors face to face. I know. The fairs are often happening during busy periods. You are not sure how you're going to squeeze in another networking event while you could be working. But you want to attend, and you want to attend the annual events several times. It's an opportunity to connect a name with a face so that when your proposal is read, your company is a known entity. The events are good marketing opportunities for your firm to build relationships. Part of what will help during the proposal review process is when you have built relationships with people who evaluate proposals, as well as building relationships with future partners where you can team together. We will share tips on how to navigate getting the most out of the events. So here are the 5 steps that you need to prep to attend. First, do your homework in advance. Yes, it can be time-consuming, but if there is a list of attendees released ahead of time, you can make a target list of companies and individuals. Do additional research and identify the agencies that you want to build relationships with. Review LinkedIn profiles, look at the websites, read company news and blogs. Think about potential talking points you can have prepared with different individuals or vendors. Some events will encourage you to schedule meetings in advance so you can maximize your time in person. If you enjoy networking, play to your strengths. If you're a naturally extroverted person, lean into this strength. Take a moment and review the key points of your company brand and value proposition so that the listener understands what value you might bring to future meetings. Remember, this is about building relationships and creating long-term wins, so don't forget to ask questions to the person you are meeting with and learn about their interests and needs. If you are naturally shy, play to your strengths as well. Practice your networking intros a few times with your team or a family member so that it feels natural and comfortable. Keep in mind that the individuals attending want to connect with certified contractors, so don't be shy about introducing yourself. Focus more on asking questions and learning about others so that you spend more time listening to the needs of the people you meet. Carve out rest time after the event to allow yourself time to sufficiently decompress. Set a target list for each event. It's easy to get off track when you're at the event. Set a goal for yourself and your team prior to each event. Set a number of people that you want to speak to. As well, make sure you identify the agencies that are your key prospects and do your homework on those individuals to ensure you can have meaningful conversations. After you build a few relationships, you will find that people often return, so the networking gets easier. Do your research on laws that affect MWBEs, veteran-owned businesses, SBEs, DBEs, and AA firms. Become familiar with local, state, and federal laws that will affect the way agencies search for certified firms. For example, does your state or city have a prompt payment law? Do the agencies in your area receive grades on how well they spend their procurement dollars with certified firms? Do you know which ones have A's or which ones need to spend more? These insights can give you talking points when you attend events and also help you stand out among the sea of other contractors who are not doing their homework before attending. One thing I always remind myself at these events is to talk to the people next to you. Far too often, certified firms only talk to government agencies. While it is important to build these relationships with these groups, you also want to talk to the attendees themselves. Don't be afraid to pass a business card or strike up a conversation with the person sitting next to you. They might be a future JV partner. You'll also want to meet with your key relationships early. Have you ever attended a conference and watched a horde of people gather around the speaker after they finish their session? It's usually impossible to talk to them during this time. But if you were one of the smart ones who did your homework in advance, you would have found out the speaker before they went on stage and asked your questions. You might get key one-on-one time with the speaker, which would allow you to stand out in the future. We recommend that you think like this when it comes to building your key relationships. Don't wait until the crowd has gathered before you start face-to-face meetings with your key relationships. Find ways to get to their discussions early in the relationship building process. You can start by scheduling coffee chats after meeting individuals at procurement events. You can also reach out every few months and volunteer to schedule a virtual or in-person meeting with your key relationships. You want to use this model when you attend procurement events. Remember, the early bird catches the worm. Do your research in advance and show up ready to talk to a few targeted individuals. Remember, attendance doesn't guarantee a contract award, but the relationships that you build and the opportunity to hear examples about upcoming needs can be essential to landing multiple contracts in the month and years ahead. Also, don't ask questions that have the contact reconfirm information that's already listed in the RFP or available publicly. You don't want to antagonize your new relationships. After you leave, have an outreach or marketing database developed so you can input all of the business cards and important information about each conversation. This will be an important component of your industry Rolodex. Connect with people on LinkedIn so that you can stay current on their professional path. Leverage the value of flyers, handouts, and book events. There are often many contacts listed in them that can be added to your Rolodexes. Set up a system of follow-up that your company can maintain after the event. You will want to connect during holidays and non-peak periods so that you can continue to share news and highlights from your firm, as well as find ways to stay top of mind and build key relationships. Next, I'll talk about the benefits of meeting with competitors for long-term partnerships.